Welcome back to 30 Teams in 30 Days, and we'll start this episode with the Diamondbacks edition. Last year, the Diamondbacks finished 69 in 93, fourth place in the NL West. Chip Hale was their manager, and Dave Stewart was their general manager. What were your last year's predictions for the Diamondbacks?
My predictions for the Diamondbacks last year let me see if I can find this. Was 86 and 76, third in the NL West. That definitely was not how they did last year.
At least you weren't as off as me. I had them 91 and 71. Still in third place, though. I was 22 wins over. Who was their best player last year, in your opinion?
In my opinion, their best player was Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt. He had 297, 24 home runs, and had 95 RBIs. Led the team in home runs and RBIs, I think.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not completely sure. Yeah.
My best player, I think, was Gene Segura, 319, 368 on base, 20 home runs, and 64 RBIs for a leadoff hitter. You can't complain.
Well, he definitely won't be. He definitely won't be their best hitter this year.
Yeah, he's not even on their team this year.
He's not on the team anymore.
All right. You want to go over the offseason recap?
Yeah, the offseason recap started off with them getting a new manager. They obviously fired their other manager, Torey Lovulla. Is that how you say
I
it?
guess. I don't even know.
Torey Lovulla. Notable players they lost were Rickie Weeks, Daniel Hudson, Wellington Castillo. Oh, Rickie Weeks is terrible.
Yeah.
Wellington Castillo. And then they traded away Gene Segura, Phil Gosselin,
Yep.
and Peter O'Brien. What about the notable additions?
They ended up getting Ketel Marte for Segura. I would have rather had Segura, but Marte's not bad. They signed Fernando Rodney, Chris Iannetta, and Jeff Mathis, which is just great.
I mean, Fernando Rodney's getting up there in age, but
Yeah.
he still was a really solid closer last year. He was a closer for the Padres until they traded him away. So I think that'll be a really good piece in the bullpen for them.
Yeah, the D-backs actually have a good history bringing in older veteran closers. If you remember, J.J. Putz was towards the end of his career when he came in and actually did really well. What's your team looking like if you were the manager?
So my starting rotation would go Grenkie, Miller, Ray, Corbin, and Walker. Grenkie had a down season last year. I think he will rebound, but nowhere near the season that he had 2 years ago with the Dodgers. That was just incredible. Should have won Cy Young, I believe. And is that Shelby Miller?
Yep.
Yeah, Shelby Miller has been good with the Cardinals. I think his last year wasn't very good, but like I said, he could have a really good rebound season too. And then Patrick Corbin was a number one starter for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, then he got hurt. Hasn't been the same. So the bullpen is looking like Barnett, Chafin, Brancho, Goodley, Delgado, Burgos, and then at the closing spot, Fernando Rodney. That bullpen, I don't really know about that bullpen for the Diamondbacks. Doesn't look too great. And then the starting lineup goes Chris Owings, Peralta, Goldschmidt, Pollock, Lamb, Tomas, Drury, Iannetta, and the pitcher Iannetta. He's an all right catcher. I think he used to be a lot better than he has been in the recent years. And Chris Owings, I think he's a good leadoff hitter. I mean, yeah, you would think you'd want to have a leadoff hitter that's a little bit faster, but he can get on base, and that's kind of what you wanted from a leadoff hitter. And then the bench goes Hazel, Baker, Herman, Mehmed, Mathis, and Descalso. Actually, the funny thing is that I know a lot of these players because I've seen them play live at the Reno Aces games. So
That shows you the level of quality
interesting.
this team is.
Yeah,
You've seen them in the minor leagues.
seen them in the minors
I think you copied what I wrote down, but that's okay.
for the bullpen maybe. Yeah.
And the lineup, but whatever.
No, I mean I switched out around the two players.
Oh yeah, big difference.
Big difference. Yeah.
All right. My rotation would be Greinke, Miller, Corbin, Ray, and Walker. Miller was a disaster last year for the Diamondbacks. Greinke wasn't great. Hopefully they return to form. If they can, the D-backs will definitely be a contender, but unlikely that they'll both be good. Corbin, if he rebounds from his injury, he'll be good. Ray was positive. We'll see what Walker can do. But that bullpen, they have Barrett, Chaffin, Rocco, and Godley. And then in the setup role, they have Delgado and Burgess. And then Rodney as their closer. That bullpen's going to be a disaster. There's not much more to say about that. My lineup, Owings, Peralta, Goldschmidt, Pollock, Tomas, Lamb, Drury, Clannetta, and then the pitcher. The middle of the lineup actually looks promising. Peralta's got a lot of pop. Goldschmidt is Goldschmidt. Pollock can hit the ball now. Tomas has some power. Same with Lamb. And Drury could also have a breakout season. So middle of the lineup looks pretty good. They could score a lot of runs. And then my bench, I have Hazelbaker, Herman, Ahmad, Mathis, and Descalzo. Not much to say about that bench. What are your 2017 predictions?
My 2017 predictions are a little less hopeful than yours are. I have these guys finishing at 70 and 92, actually behind the Rockies, the ones that we did yesterday. I mean, we're working from the worst to best, but I think these guys are actually worse than the Rockies. 70 and 92, finishing 4th place in the NL West.
And your best player?
My best player, obviously Paul Goldschmidt. I just go with the best player, not really the best player from the previous season, but he's been really consistent over the years, and I think he's going to have a great year yet again.
All right. My prediction is 82 and 80, 3rd place in the NL West. I have to be optimistic for my home team, and I think their best player will be Jake Lamb. He already has the power he needs. If he works on his hitting, he can get that on base and average up, and he'll be a solid hitter.
Wait. I just want to throw something in right now. So I just think this team is filled with a lot of uncertainty. Like you said, the middle of the lineup is really solid, but their bullpen isn't the best, and their starting rotations, a lot of players who have they've had really good success in the past, but they're not as good. So this team is really uncertain. They could either go have 70 wins or total 80 wins. It's just I don't see them getting any better because, like I said, it's just players that used to be good and aren't as good anymore.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's a huge question mark. I'm basing my prediction off if everyone does somewhat decent, which might not happen. But that will do it here for the D-backs edition of 30 teams in 30 days. Tomorrow we will be doing the Giants, and we'll see you guys later.